Hi, this is Tanya. Today is July 9th of 2023, already into July. So today's reading, you can hear it is a gray morning here in central New York where I live. Gray, cooling down a bit. We've been pretty warm and humid. Nice temperature right now. Um, Enjoying the outside. Now we're due for some thunderstorms, some rain, which of course is predictable with the type of weather conditions we've had. I do love thunderstorms, love the different energies that it brings. But we are a bit gloomy and gray this morning. So I thought instead I would choose a different deck to read with of my ever-growing expansive collection addiction. I love tarot, oracle cards, and all sorts of divination, as we know if you've watched my previous videos. Yeah. So with this week on this, I chose on the left the Moonology Oracle cards, which is one of my go-tos, pretty much a straight shooter, a beautiful, vibrant deck. The center one is a one I haven't actually put up on this channel yet, but she's a very straight shooter, very straight to the point. The Fallen Angels Oracle, yes, it is a Fallen Angel, as it says, a demon-based deck, which you can see the word there in bold. It is gorgeous and haunting. And if you're like me that loves cemeteries, monuments, things that show reverence, then this is a deck for you. Plus the keywords, straight to the point, very honest, a great clarifier, works great with my spirit deck, the Crowley Sauce, works great with the Murder of Crows, or but great by itself. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to work with the demon energy. It has a straight shooting actual message in the guidebook and energies, but of course it is an entity deck. As long as you treat things with reverence and respect, it doesn't necessarily mean that something like that is going to actually appear or bother to appear for you. Just as anything else, it's just being knowledgeable, thinking before you take certain actions, or if you do work with certain energies, do your homework, do your research, follow your intuition and guidance, but keep your horizons, your knowledge ever growing and expansive. That is, as I always say, and as you can see, I reiterate, that's a big part of our spiritual and human experience, is to learn, grow, and be curious. And of course, I'll be talking in the future about more of this deck and also other uses. I have certain goals for next year, but that's still months away. I don't want to rush the winter or the coming of another year or birthday yet. So to move on, and then of course you see, because I've been lately using the Murder of Crows deck, which is another lovely base deck. So the energies today felt more for that. I was going to also potentially go with my go-to spirit deck, the Crowley of Sauce, but these kind of spoke to me today. So seeing how these work together, kind of like a tester, a relationship, or a sort of combination of a first or second date type of experience. So yes, without further ado and rambling, which we know I am good for, as you can see, this is how I choose my weekly crystals. I am going to be changing this out soon, adding or re-adding different crystals, or maybe ones that have crystals of the same type, but maybe have more different types of energies to them. But that's how I do it. I cast them out and then intuitively pick one that goes for the reading for the week and the guidance. So this week is just simply clear quartz. Got that in the recent past. Clear quartz, of course, as we know, is very versatile, can basically be interchangeable or programmed to be any energy. Which is great, but this week it's basically simply saying to have clear vision when you are looking at any decisions you're making, any actions that you're taking, or your thoughts, feelings, or energies, or how you approach things. A clear vision of things, yeah, here we go. A clear vision is going to be needed and to be advised to be a bit interchangeable with everything, because we got the South Node here from the Moonology card on the left. In the center, we got recuperation, and we got the Queen of Wands. Now a little bit conflicting, not quite conflicting. So the South Node in the Moonology is a karmic card, but dealing with past versus future karma, or being advised of future karma, possibly past lives or patterns. So basically the advisement to get to their actual reading is not to, as simple as the card says, not to let the past hold you back. Are you repeating, or are we all, including myself, constant repeating or repetition of patterns is strongly showing up. As we know, this is the year of growth and change and analyzation to cement that, which will be coming next year. So what we set forth as a foundation this year, and what we evolve, learn, or grow, or what actions we take, or what we actually release from the past and open up room for new things, is of course vitally important, and still will continue to be so as this year progresses. So basically advising, what are we holding on to? What relationships are we holding on to? What addictions or dependency? Now, addiction doesn't necessarily mean drugs or alcohol. It can mean bad habits, relationships, how we speak to ourselves, how we approach certain situations. I know I'm 1,000 times guilty of that. Not 100, but 1,000 times guilty of that. But we need to see if there's something we need to release in ourselves, or our patterns, or how we deal with things, or maybe even people or situations, like a job, a relationship, a friendship, even something that we depend on, like food, alcohol, or buying stuff, or whatever the case is. So yes, so the recuperation, we need to see what we can release to heal ourselves and take a step back, as the clear quartz is also saying, to analyze in a peaceful way and let things go if they need to be let go, or to change how they are in our life. The Queen of Wands is not necessarily a person, as again an energetic quality or contribution this week, an indicator. There's going to be a tendency, as I wrote on my actual page, under Dark Moon Tarot readings, and on my posting from my Instagram under Little Miss Scarrel 79, that it is a potential this week to have wavering emotions, energies, decision, indecision. Should I rush forward? Should I not? That type of thing. That's what the Queen of Wands is indicating today. To be mature about your decisions and how you approach things, to be creative, and to be strong, to use what works for you, but do not also see what does not work for you. So I guess that comes in a strange sort of contradiction, hand in hand with the recuperation, kind of letting things go, and healing. So basically the quartz, as we said, look at things clearly instead of rushing, but also don't sit on your ass. Sitting on your ass is just going and doing the same thing. It's not going to get you to where you want to be, where you need to be, and what is healthy for you and conducive for you. We each have our own life paths, our own life goals, things we want to do, things we want to experience, things we want to learn, things we want to change, people we want to meet, situations, to better ourselves, or to feel better mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically. So yes, so approach it that way. So a bit of mix and mishmash this week of energies and things. But again, just don't let that fucking past and experiences hold you back. Be ready to try new things, but just don't rush. Just be clear, but take the blinders off too and see what you need to do to help yourself. Ask for help if need be, but also take that rest. If you need an extra hour or two to sit, reflect, breathe, read, do something, or even be by yourself. There's no harm in that. And with all of this, I know it will otherwise be a good week. Just a little bit of turmoil, but nothing major. Anything like that is sensed. A lot of more inner healing that needs to still continue and be done. So if you like this video or these weekly readings, please hit subscribe, like, or comment below. I hope this all finds you as well as possible. Again, we're already in July, so yeah, wow. Going fast already. So have a good week and blessed be.